Hey, come spend the weekend with me. I used to love weekends as a kid, and I still do, but in a different way. In childhood, weekends were just for watching TV. But let's get to the fact. We ain't kids anymore, and adulthood sucks. As a 23-year-old, my weekend is all about cleaning, cooking, laundry, etc. Honestly, I like these shows and I romanticize my life so much. So I am going to take you on a low budget Mani Ratnam movie featuring myself. So let's get started. It's Friday and I just wrapped up my work and I'm about to hit the gym. I realized I'm out of my pre workout route, that is bananas. So I just ate a kiwi. I seriously don't know why. Fun fact though, always eat kiwi with its peel. It has a lot more fiber in it. First things first, let's order groceries because my biggest chore for the weekend is meal prepping. My recommendation here is get as much fresh produce as possible and include at least one fruit. It might look sunny, but it's freaking minus 15 degrees Celsius and the wind is just terrible. My dad used to say that he walked 10 kilometers just to go to school. Now here I am with my own story to tell my kids. I used to walk half a mile just to go to gym. Honestly, Friday evening is the best time to go to gym because no one's there. I guess everyone's busy partying. Took a bath, made dinner, and sat down to watch a movie because Friday nights are officially movie nights. I watched Little Women, and yes, this is exactly what Rachel spoils for Joey in Friends. And guess what? She spoiled it for me too. The moment Beth appears on screen, I already knew her fate. Good morning. It's Saturday, and I got woken up by a work call for a prod issue. This has never happened before. And of course, it was on the one day I planned to shoot and do a zillion things. But we fixed it in 2 hours, and it turned out into a great learning experience. It was around 11 a.m. by the time all the issues were resolved, and I needed fuel. So, chai it is. The groceries were also delivered, so while the chai was in the process of making, I organized them. Let's also keep the momentum going by doing laundry. I love finishing a bunch of things while my chai is brewing so I can peacefully enjoy it later. My morning routine usually includes journaling. I journal both in the morning and at night. I don't use prompts anymore. I've been journaling for the past 4 years, I guess, and I've been really consistent with it for the last 6 months. At this point, I just get into a flow and write whatever comes to my mind. That said, I actually started my journaling journey with the Stoic Journal by Ryan Holiday, and that had prompts which really helped me in the beginning. So, if you're new to journaling and want something guided, that's a great option. Just know that it's very stoicism focused. So, if you're not looking for something that deep, I would suggest starting with a simpler, more casual journal. Okay, now it's time to clean the house. Usually, I talk to my family while doing this. I'm not a Monica level freak, but I would say I'm about 50% like her. I'm constantly cleaning, vacuuming, and organizing things. I want this video to be a reminder that cleaner spaces can really keep your mind sane. So trust me, move your body, clean up your surroundings a bit, and you will feel amazing. Pair it with a catch up call with an old friend, or listen to the music you love, or even a podcast if that makes you feel better. Just romanticize the chore a little. I washed up and sat down to eat a peaceful lunch. I had already prepped my meal yesterday, which made my life so much easier today. I like watching a sitcom while eating any meal. So here I am watching the last few seasons of Big Bang Theory. Post lunch, I sat down to edit. Lately, I've been really into editing, and honestly, it's been unlocking my creative side, which is also a big reason I started YouTubing. I have read so much about flow state and hyperfocus, and I've been practicing it a lot. And honestly, I've started experiencing it more while editing. I sat down there for 2 hours straight, fully logged in, no distractions. I even turned off the podcast after a while because I needed my full attention on it. After reading the book Hyperfocus, I started paying closer attention to how my focus actually works. At work, I try to get as much heads down time as possible, but meetings make that hard. With editing, though, it's different. Planning a video, writing the script, shooting, my least favorite part, and then editing and getting creative, it feels freeing. Like my mind finally has space, and I'm starting to understand what real hyperfocus feels like. And honestly, this is where I feel most myself. When I looked up, I realized the snowstorm had started. Kind of a bummer, cause there goes my gym plan. But I already knew about the storm and I had an at home workout plan ready. So that's exactly what I did. Did some stretching, did some low impact hit workout, and learned the Kanta choreo. I know, it's literally everywhere on my Instagram. Once you notice it, you can't unsee it. I finally gave myself the time to learn the choreo, and honestly, I felt super energized afterwards. I grabbed a banana for some instant energy and started looking for dinner recipes. Before I start cooking, I need to get the dishes out of the way. So, this is my music's on, hyping myself up, and clearing the sink zone. Funny thing is, I never wear an apron while cooking, but the second it's time to do dishes, my apron's on. Keeping the dinner simple today, it's spinach rice, crispy broccoli, and an omelette. Now, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I've already shared the spinach rice recipe before, so I'll tag the to video. Wow, I officially feel like a YouTuber. Good morning. It's Sunday, and my morning routine is pretty much the same. Chia seeds with hot water while journaling, followed by making chai. But wait a minute. I felt like the main character in a Mani Ratna movie because this is how it looks outside. It had snowed and everything was insanely beautiful. This view completely shifted my mood. I made some really good adrak chai and just sat there staring at the snow. I spent a solid hour like that, fully relaxed, then made some warm oatmeal and finally created my workout playlist. I really needed a good one. Okay, let's start meal prepping. First up, I had a bunch of vegetables to prep. Some of them I wanted to chop and saute, and the rest I planned to store for salads through the week. So I chopped everything at once. I store the cabbage in an airtight container, and since there was a little extra, I put that into a Ziploc bag and tossed it into the deep fridge so that it stays longer. Quick storage tip for lettuce: always place a paper towel at the bottom and on the top before sealing it in an airtight container. It absorbs excess moisture and keep the lettuce crisp for days. Same idea for cucumbers. Wrap them in a clean cloth, gently pat out any extra water, and then store them. Next, I sorted onions, bell peppers, broccoli, and carrots just lightly so they're cooked but still have some crunch. These are perfect to quickly throw into wraps, bowls, or stir fries during the week. Then I cleaned and prepped some chicken breast, marinated it, and stored it. Having protein ready like this honestly makes a weeknight meal so much easier. For my go to dressing, I mixed yogurt, mustard, salt, pepper, and lime juice, then added a little water to adjust the consistency. And finally, this is how the fridge looks after all that prep: clean, organized, and extremely satisfying. Honestly, nothing motivates me to eat better more than opening a fridge that looks like this. I was super exhausted after all the meal prepping, so I ate lunch and lied down for some time. I took a really needed power nap and got up to do the most favorite routine of my weekend, that is skincare. First things first, I made chai. While the chai is making, I wipe down the counters and oil my hair. This routine is really intimate because I personally feel oiling my hair is quite relaxing and it's that moment of peace in a lot of chaos. Then I sat down to read the book, and I'm currently reading The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. I'm also reading a fiction book, which is my most favorite author, Dan Brown's book. It's called The Secret of Secrets, and it is just amazing. I mean, that man's a genius. There are two more rituals that I do before taking a long shower. One is a homemade face pack, which is super simple. Just mix oats powder with honey and yogurt. And yes, this is actually a face pack that Priyanka Chopra shared in one of her Vogue vlogs. Just apply it and leave it for 15 minutes. And the second is dry brushing. I have been seeing this one person on Instagram who really emphasizes on dry brushing. So I gave in and got myself one. After a good bath, it's skincare time. Quick disclaimer: I'm not an expert at all. I just stick to the simplest routine, that is, a toner, serum, and a moisturizer. I honestly don't even remember where I bought these from, but I can share the pictures if anyone's curious. First step: toner. Apply it on your face and then pat, pat, pat. Step number two: serum. I actually have two, one for the morning and one for night. No strong reason behind it, that's just the order ChatGPT recommended. Also, don't forget your neck. Now, honestly, about 80% of the times I skip step 3 because moisturizer can make my skin feel oily. But since YouTube is now my accountability partner, moisturizer it is. Now, coming to hair, I use exactly one drop of argan oil and it really helps with the frizz. When I say one drop, I literally mean one drop. Anything more, and your hair can get really oily and sticky. Had dinner and then sat down to review my schedule for the upcoming week and plan a few things. This is usually when I think about my routine meals and things that I want to get done. Nothing too detailed, just high level. I also take a moment to reflect on my goals and do a quick check in, like how things are going and what I want to focus on this week, etc. If you're wondering, My end of the January goals were being able to run slash walk for 1 hour 30 minutes at least and posting two videos in January. And I did both. Now it's winding down time. Let's get to my nighttime routine. I try not to use my phone or any screens at least 1 hour before bed. I know it's hard, but I'm trying all I can. Next, I journal. Lately, journaling has been a big part of this. It's where I reflect on my day, my emotions, and how I'm responding to things. I've been trying to stay more neutral, observing instead of reacting, and learning to perceive situations from a steady, calm place. It's been really grounding. Then, I read something light and easy, usually fiction, so I can slip into a little fantasy world and fall asleep. So, that's the weekend. I hope you enjoyed spending the weekend with me. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you soon.